Recorded live with little or no editing. It's Defense Up. I'm Run7. How you doing? Today, Jod is in stream watching me do this live so he can heckle me for all the mistakes that I make. If you want to be a part of the conversation, then please come to Twitch. I swear, it's free. It's super fun. There is an entire culture going on here at Twitch, and it is amazing. So links are in the description to my Twitch account. You can hit follow and then just turn your notifications off because nobody really likes those notifications popping up on their phone, man. That's annoying. But do hit the follow button because then you can more easily find me. That's the problem with Twitch these days is its browsability is bonkers. Anyway, we grade on 5 different criteria here at Defense Up. It's who you're using, their placement, their power levels, their ISOs, and what kind of mood I'm in. Team number 1 on Jod's defensive lineup is the OG Sinister Six. This is what I like to see. No Doc Ock. Minimal investment in this team. It's just filler. You got to come into it with something kind of synergized to beat it, but you don't get carried away. Honestly, the only thing I don't like about this team is that it's 3 ISO 8. It's either 1 or 4. You know, pick what you want, 1 or 4. That doesn't matter. I like Rhino adjacent to somebody doing some cleansing. That's good. I think that Mysterio is probably a liability on every single build and probably should be replaced with Green Goblin on this, but it's not worth it. Just throw whoever's biggest in on this team and leave it as a filler. You got Raider on everybody, which actually works. You could put Skirmisher on maybe Electro, but other than that, this works fine. I like him as a striker with all those vulnerables on the field. He's clearing positive effects, so that's good. I don't know if it's really worth it to go ahead and put the next ISO on, but if you're building teams, remember in War, it's 1 ISO or 4. Depends on how valuable. If it's a filler team, 1 ISO. If it's a good team, go 4. Don't go 3 and stop. You just want to save the resources. So I'm going to give Jod an A- for this. It was a little bit wasteful what he did with those ISOs, but it's not a big deal. If this team ever gets reworked, like if we get Craven the Hunter or something, he'll just start beefing the team up. It'll be fine. Team number 2 is a Merc team. Straight up Mercs. I don't like Killmonger's ISO, and once again, you went 3. This team is worthy of going level 4. Let's change Killmonger to a striker. Let's go level 4 ISOs across the board, and then you could also swap positions with the Lieutenant and Riot Guard to put the heals on him rather than the deflex. Because the team that's going to come into this one is probably going to be that X-Force team, and when Taskmaster blocks that attack from X-23, she just comes back in for more damage. So putting the deflect on him actually is a little bit more detrimental. So a little placement tweak right there might help. And then change that 1 ISO and make them all level 4 war ready. Moving on. I'm going to give you a B+ for this. Also, that's fine. That's fine. I was going to say you could build Bullseye up or maybe swap him out with Korath or something. Like if you don't want to change this ISO, you could swap Killmonger out with Korath depending on how big your Korath the Pursuer is. It's something to do. Moving on, team number 3 is a Hydra 1.0. You went healer on this guy, fortifier on the rest of the team. It's a fantastic way to go about it. This is a really good beginner team. It doesn't cost much to invest in, although you went 3 and not 4, so minus points there. I'm going to go A- on this. Make them war ready. Quit wasting your ISOs like this. Team number 4. Oh, here's where your Korath the Pursuer is. Yeah, he's too small. I'd leave him over on this Kree team. This is a total junk filler team. This is one that you just put 1 ISO on him and forget about it. Don't worry about doing anything more with this team. It's really just garbage. Everything's going to roll over it. You went skirmishers and some strikers. Yeah, those ISOs are functional. They work good enough. So is what it is. I'm going to give you an A for this. It's just junk filler. So, yeah, moving on. Team number 5. What in the world are you putting Jubilee on this team for? Jod, where's your Axemen, man? Why do you not have Jubilee on a full Axemen defense or a full Axemen offense? What's going on with that? I'm looking over at chat, Jod. I want to hear what's happening with this. Okay, Magneto's going to blind everybody kind of slow because his speed is something like 96, which is really bad. Okay, Jod says he doesn't have the Axemen built. That's why he's throwing Jubilee in here for some additional blinds. I mean, I guess I can't recommend anybody else do that, but sure, why not? It's just weird because Jubilee's usually like one of the last members that you unlock because of her legendary unlock status. So it's weird to see Jubilee, but not the Axemen rather than the other way around. I like Fortifier on Strife. You have 3 villain mutants, so he's still going pretty quick. But honestly, man, Jubilee just kind of bugs me on this. Maybe for Jod, this is okay. You know, this is one of those times where individually a weird thing works well. And I'm glad he's here in chat to tell me what's going on with his Axeman. So for Jod, this is okay. For everybody else, I'd probably give you like a D because the Axeman is such a great team. You don't want to be wasting them by pulling Jubilee off. Like if you have Jubilee, like build that Axeman, man. Like for raids, they're going to be, you need them for raids right now. Okay, everything else is fine. There's a case to be made that you might want to put Juggernaut in here in place of Strife. And then Mystique got a rework, so she could be better, but it's a little early to tell how she's going to function. You could also replace her with Scarlet Witch and have Scarlet Witch prolong all the negative effects coming off of this team. So if you were to swap out Strife with Juggernaut, I would swap out Mystique with Scarlet Witch. This is kind of all over the place. I don't know what's going on. You got the wrong ISOs on Jubilee. She should definitely be a skirmisher or a striker. Everybody else's ISOs are, well, Mystique could be a striker, but I think she's probably better as a skirmisher or a raider. Strife's the only one you got right, and I want him swapped out of here too. Okay, I'm gonna give you a B for this because you're using what you got in an interesting way, and that is going to make this team function a little bit differently, and you might be able to catch somebody off guard. For everybody else, please don't do this. Please just build those Axemen up and then come in with something different, a more traditional Brotherhood 2.0, or a Brotherhood Darkhold combo. So moving on to team number 6 is Coulson with some shield members. You've got, this is like a more traditional Coulson build where you've got the shield security and medic keeping Coulson alive. Coulson next to the shield security, so if he dies, it doesn't matter, he just gets revived. They have some shield synergy, so you're pulling them off of a Wave 1 Avengers. Honestly, depending on where your Wave 1 Avengers are, Jod, you're going to get more value than this team. I'd rather see the Inhumans Coulson and a Wave 1 team, even though they're very old. This team, man, there's a reason nobody runs these minions anymore. They just don't hold up. Also on medic, probably a healer ISO. I don't see her attacking very often. You're not going to get much value. I think you're just trying to get more vulnerables on the field for Coulson to pop off on. Not going to happen though. Maybe, let's see, you got skirmisher striker combo there. I mean, other than this one ISO, I think the ISOs are good. It's just, they don't work well on this team. So I think your best bet is to change who you're using. I would look into Skilletary. I would look at that Wave 1. I'd look at all those things that you're doing. Medic turn rewind on crit. Yeah. Turn rewind on Medic's crit? Really? Does she? I'll have to check that. I don't know if Medic rewinds on her crit. And his Skilletary isn't built, he says. Okay. All right, it's something to do. I think the Wave 1 might be a better matchup for these two. But, man, I don't know about Medic. I know Shield Trooper does rewind on crit. Shield Trooper does rewind on crit? Okay, I'm going to have to look over the kits of the Shield minions, because I don't remember any of this. Okay, Jod promises that she rewinds turn meter on her crit, so... Okay, I won't dock him. If that's true, then I won't dock him. But man, those minions are so old. All right, Jod says he's thought this out, that this is a working team and it's functional and it's gonna be fantastic. So, whatever. All right, whatever. I'm gonna give him a very skeptical B for this team. A very skeptical B. But I'm gonna be looking that over and seeing how that happens. All right, team number 7. Here's your Wave 1 that you stole those 2 off of. See, you got a big built-up Wave 1. I think it's gonna be better that they're on this team than that other one. I think you could find some better like shield members or like a Black Bolt and Yo-Yo. I know you don't have Yo-Yo built, but hey, that pocket dimension's around the corner, man. Might want to think about building Yo-Yo, putting her in there. Okay, and then of course, if you do that, you'd have to take the shield security off. All right, moving on. I don't like what you're doing here. I think you got the best ISOs for this team other than he should be a raider. But everything else is fine on this team. It's just knowing that you have Hawkeye and Black Widow available to and fit so well on this team. It's kind of frustrating. but it's what you want to do, man. So for anybody else, I say do the traditional wave one. For Jod, he wants to go the other way, and I'm going to give him a B for this team. I think he should swap these out. I think he should change this one ISO. And then, of course, you got level 3 instead of level 4. So moving on, team number 8. Here we have a villain tech team with Tony Stark. You should probably put something like a yellow jacket in here instead, because then he's villain tech instead of just Tony tech. And a little bit of synergy going on here. Of course, Shuri isn't villain, but she is tech, and she gives the defense up on spawn. She's giving out some energy to people so that I don't know where that energy is going to go to be useful. Probably not really help anybody, but whatever. This is fine. I'd like to see you swap out Tony for somebody better. Thank you for the follow. Mega Red. Omega Red. There we go. I got it. Okay. Yeah, swap out Tony with a villain tech character, and I'll give you an A for this team. And then remember that the villain tech character needs to be able to put out vulnerables, because you only got one person putting out vulnerables and 2 people soaking them up. As is, this is like a C+ team. It doesn't get me very excited. Team number 9 is a Web Warriors. This is looking fine. You got these 2 in the back or the outside works. You got him in the middle. That's fine. Raider ISO on everybody, but Striker on Miles works great. A for the team. Heroes for Hire. This is pretty close. I want you to swap Iron Fist with Colleen Wing. Man, I always get those 2 girls' names mixed up. Swap Iron Fist with Colleen Wing. I like her adjacent to Luke Cage because she's going to have deflects and do counterattacks and stuff like that. And I think he's a less important member, and you don't want her getting disrupted. You want her to gain those deflects whenever she can. So swap places there. And then, yeah, I can give you an A for the team if you do a swap placement. In fact, you know what? It's so minuscule. I'll give you the A right now. I've been grading you pretty hard so far. If you want me to go easy on your teams, then links are in the description. Send me the pics, and I'll go easy, or I'll just take the leash off and tear you to pieces. I don't care, whatever you want. This has been Jod's defensive review. If you like what you saw, hit that like button, subscribe for more videos, and remember, guys, don't just have a good game, be good to yourselves and others too, and I will catch you next time. Bye.